Hello guys, today we're going to make a really awesome mask. All we're going to need is aluminum foil, some high quality paper, some sliced up newspaper, paper mache, and some whole paper so you don't get your table dirty. Alright, so first we're going to make the paper mache. So all you need is about 1.5 cup of flour, and then you add water to it until it's at a paste-like consistency. And then you whisk with a fork. I think that's good. Now you want to make sure that you get all the chunks out so it's nice and smooth and doesn't leave any marks. That's why you add it slowly. Alright. Alright, that looks good. Alright guys, so first things first is we are going to talk about this mold. I pretty much did what I'm about to do to this to make the mask, but I did it to my face. So you'll see I just like paper mache my face. So first thing is we're gonna get our aluminum foil and we are going to cut it to the size slightly larger than the mask. And now that when we have that, we're going to form it to the mask, to the mold. Good to have extra to tuck underneath. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut holes where the eyes are. We're going to fold that on the inside. Just keep on pushing it in place. Alright. From there we're just going to smooth out the aluminum foil to as smooth as we can get. The chin on this mask won't really matter that much because it's going to be on our chin and it's going to be fine. But the top of the head, it needs to be smooth. Alright. Alright, so now we get rid of the aluminum foil. We don't really need it anymore. We got the paper mache. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to get our little strips that we cut and we're going to dip it into the mix. And we don't want too much on it. And then we're going to start laying it over and squishing it down like this. Alright, and now what you're going to do is you're going to go back to placing the dry on the wet, making sure there's no seals. What I like to do is dip my finger into this stuff and then just barely put it on the edges and rub it so there's no seams. But this pretty much just makes it dry faster because we're going to need to let this dry. Don't worry about making the eye holes completely round either, because you can just go in with a knife or scissors and make that round again. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go over the whole entire thing and wipe away all the excess paper mache and make everything flat so your mask doesn't come out all bumpy. Now you can make whatever style mask you're going to do, whatever you want. Alright, and now what you do is you let this dry for a while. Alright, and now what you're going to do for your mask, for whether or not you want a designer on it or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the high quality paper a little template of the mouth right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my high quality construction paper and cut a little shape that I want for the mouth. So I'm just cutting something like this. Now we're gonna paint over it, or you can paint over it. Just to use acrylic paints for whatever you want. Just gonna trim this up. Alright. Now this is just gonna go right here, and that's gonna help so I don't go over those lines with my other paper mache. Trim it up to how you want it, and then just alright, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your normal paper mache. You're gonna break it to where it's small enough, and then we're just gonna start paper macheing. Alright, and now what we're going to do again is we're just going to put the dry stuff over the wet stuff. But make sure you're staying in that area because we want this part of the mask to kind of bulge up. Alright. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put just layers on the bottom of this so it's kind of even and flat because it goes down to the chin. Alright, and then you're going to pretty much do that until it's to your liking. Alright, so this is what I have done so far. I've done a lot of layers here, and every once in a while, what you're going to want to do is put a layer down over to the rest of the mouth so it doesn't just stack up and have rough edges. So you want to smooth out the rest and make him kind of have like a high cheekbone right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of going off the mask with the paper mache. So get a piece that works and paper mache it and go off, and then you can tuck the stuff that's under there. Now you go back to doing the dry layers. Alright, and now what we're going to do for a cool detail is we're going to fold this piece of paper in half, like so. Whoops, ripped. And then what we're going to do is we're going to seal it together with the paper mache so it's not bubbly. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to place them, and we're going to keep on doing this up the middle. Alright, and now since you've got a lot of layers on there, what you're going to do is you're going to get just one layer of paper, wet it completely, and then go across. And you're just going to do that all the way for the length of the thing that you made the folded strips on. Alright, and now that once you have that done, what you can do is you can kind of push on the mask and make sure that all the bubbles are out. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to let that dry for a while. Alright, so it's dried a little bit, and while it was drying, I've made strips like this that we used for the mouth, but what we're going to do is we're going to put it from about right here on the nose down to the head. So I've made a couple of these, so I'm just going to place them. All you have to do is do what we did for the mouth. Now, another thing that we might do, if it's not smooth, I might just get some sandpaper and sand it up a little bit. Probably just use 120 grit. Now what we're going to do, just like with the mouth, is we are going to grab some paper and go over it. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to get more of those strips, fold them up, and we're going to have it make it go like this, right here. So, I will make some more of those strips and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I've gotten those strips, and what I did is I just put them all together. I did 6 folded paper pieces, and now I'm just going to lay it on the helmet. It doesn't matter if it overlaps a little bit. It's all fine and dandy. We're just going to trim it with scissors. You don't want it to overlap in the middle though as much. So get all the bubbles out. Get my other piece. Dip it. Alright, and now what you want to do is you just want to place the paper over it like this now. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit right here to make his cheekbones look a little bigger. Alright, and now what you're going to do is you're just going to let this dry, and then we'll be on to sanding it down and then painting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little more layers up top, and as you can see, these things hung over the edges. So I'm just going to trim those up, or you could leave them there and like point them if you wanted something pointy, but I'm going to just leave that how it is. Trim the edges, make it look sharp, and smooth it out a little more. And I will see you guys when we're spray painting.